Hi, LCMSD families. This is Brett Geithman, the superintendent. We held our second coffee chat this year in a series focused all around cognitively guided instruction in mathematics. So we're going to do a very brief overview. We actually have an overview of our last coffee chat as well online. We'll make sure that we push that one out again. But here were some of the big ideas for today. So first and foremost, pre-pandemic, we were very much so focused on cognitively guided instruction, where the idea is building conceptual understanding so that as kids engage in more advanced or abstract mathematics, they understand the math behind the math. We were intensely focused on that pre-pandemic. The pandemic hit. We had to press pause on all of our professional development, and now in 22-23, we have officially hit the unpause and play button, which means that we are full steam ahead back into our professional development. So we're providing these for parents. The idea is for you to understand what we're doing in the classroom so you can also support your children at home. So this is our agenda for today. We will go through, we'll actually just take you through it very briefly, but the idea is we did some problem solving with parents today. We talked about ways that they can help their students at home, and then we also even gave a preview as to our next coffee chat. So these right here, these are the standards for mathematical practices. So one of the changes when we shifted to Common Core back in 2013 was identifying not just the content that students are to learn by grade level. So in third grade, you're gonna learn about fractions, but also they introduced the standards for math practice. So these are how students are to engage in mathematics. And these are the same K through 12. So on this side, you can see this is how they're actually written in this California standards. On this side, these are in student-friendly language. The one that we focused on today was number 3. I can explain my thinking and try to understand others. So the importance of talking through strategies and having students explain their thinking to you as parents as well as to us as teachers and educators in the classroom. So we had 2 other facilitators today, our math coach and intervention teacher Beth Hawkins and our assistant principal Melanie Harris from Neil Cummins and from Hall Middle School. So I'm going to turn it over.
All right, so we gave the parents a chance to become the students while we were here. So we gave this problem: which is more square, a rectangle that measures 35 inches by 39 inches, or a rectangle that measures 22 inches by 25 inches? This is actually a 7th grade problem, and we wanted to show parents that the CGI strategies and ways of thinking goes K-8, and so it's our elementary schools and in our middle school. And we also gave them this problem so that parents would struggle a little bit. So parents had a chance to work, and what we found was, just like in the classroom with kids, the parents had so many different strategies that they used to go about solving this problem. And there was struggle, but it was productive struggle, and we were modeling how to ask questions to push their thinking and to ask questions that both celebrated what they were doing but then pushed them a little bit further with future strategies.
As we move into this, we actually also extended so that parents could understand how they could reframe a question, or how a teacher may reframe a question to keep kids working on the same content without actually thinking about moving a kid into another grade level. We just reframed the question in a little different way, again, to keep working. So these were the 2 extra questions that we had parents engage with. The focus really, as parents, is to avoid overemphasizing the answer. That's not saying that it's not that our priority is not the answer. We want students to be precise in their solutions. However, focusing on their thinking actually connects their understanding to the problem and actually helps them long term, rather than just saying, oh, you got it right, oh, you got it wrong, let's fix it, or we can move on. But actually focusing on why did you use the steps that you did? How come you used the model that you showed? And actually even comparing these things. So again, it's not that we are not trying to de-emphasize the answer, because having a correct answer is very important in math. But what we really want kids to hold on to is that communication. How do we communicate our thinking through providing a solution, citing evidence, using different models, and being flexible in their thinking? So what questions might you ask or might you ask your student when they're working? There's a resource that we're going to push out that has some different questions. It looks like this. Questions to ask your child while solving a problem. So we'll make sure that you get a copy of this resource as well to help you facilitate conversations with your student as they are working through math problems at home. We also wanted to show, sorry about that, some different ways that people thought about how to solve the current problem that was shared by Ms. Hawkins. And there are examples of that and all the different ways that how they can connect together. How one student thought about one thing over another. And actually talking about that is the important piece when we're talking about communication. There's the last one. With that, our next time, I'll turn it back over to Mr. Beck.
All right, so for next time, we're gonna have our third CGI coffee chat. That's gonna be in December, the first December, or the first Friday in December. We're gonna have it at Hall Middle School. All families are invited. And the focus of that coffee chat will be on unpacking the different strategies that you might see your child engaging in at home. So sometimes we as adults may not have experienced these strategies as students ourselves. So it's really important to understand what are the strategies, how they work, and then how can we also support them. Thank you so much for watching this. We hope to see you at our December coffee chat, and we appreciate all